Counter-Strike 2 is out, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan steps down, and the Meta Quest 3 is revealed. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is GINX News. After months of closed beta testing, CS2 finally went live last night. Better yet, over on Steam, it's been dropped as a free upgrade to CSGO. You can pay a little more, however, to upgrade to Prime status and get some extra features, the main one being the option to play with other Prime-only players, diminishing the odds of playing against those smurfs and dirty cheaters. And considering the numbers CSGO was already pulling, I imagine we're going to see an absolute ton of people playing it as we progress through the week. The release wasn't a complete surprise either. Last week, the Counter-Strike X profile tweeted out, "What are you doing next Wednesday?" Well, I'm glad you asked, but I was a little cautious because it's Valve after all. And it also marks a new era in CS esports. Funnily enough, an ESL Pro League game between Complexity and Monty was halted last night after, all the servers went down. That's all resolved now, and they plan to finish off the season with CSGO, but with CS2 dropping, it's an exciting time for the pro scene. PlayStation CEO/President Jim Ryan is stepping down. After nearly 30 years at Sony and only 4 years as the head of Sony Interactive, he'll be leaving the company in a pretty good way. It comes as the PS5 breaks sales records and after Sony has gone hard on prestige AAA titles like Spider-Man and The Last of Us. Why I pronounced it Spidey-Man, who knows? Spidey-Man. In a statement on Sony Interactive's website, he thanked the PlayStation community and divulged that he'll officially step down on the 1st of April next year. Couldn't have picked a more suspicious date, with current CEO Hiroki Totoki stepping in on an interim basis. He went on to say, "I feel humbled at having the opportunity to lead a company delivering products that touch millions of lives. From award-winning games to the incredibly immersive technical achievements delivered with PlayStation 5, I'm immensely proud of what we have achieved and very optimistic for the future of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Since 1994, generations of gamers have inspired us to be better, to push the boundaries, and the results have been incredible. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart." Tributes have been pouring in for the outgoing Prez, most notably from his Xbox counterpart Phil Spencer, who called him a great contributor to the industry and thanked him for all he's done for the community. Who knows how genuine he's being, after all the bad blood following the Activision Blizzard thing. Maybe that's why Ryan is stepping down. Maybe he wants to leave on a high, or maybe he's just sitting on so much dough that he might as well just retire and actually play some games rather than promote them. Must be nice. The Meta Quest 3 is on the way. The next-gen virtual and mixed reality headset was revealed yesterday and is set to hit shelves on October 10th with a starting price of $500. That'll nab you the 128GB version, while the larger 512GB model will set you back $650. They come with a next-gen Snapdragon chipset, which will provide over twice the graphical performance of the Quest 2. It also has a 40% slimmer optic profile and comes packed with redesigned Touch Plus controllers. Not only that, but hand tracking is supported out of the box too. And Meta seem keen to make sure there's lots to play. It'll come free with action RPG Asgard Wraths 2 when that releases in December, while the 512GB model nets you a 6-month Meta Quest Plus trial. That's normally an $8 sub and gives you 2 VR titles every month. A special VR-optimized version of Roblox has also launched, and the old Zuckertron has also said that Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming in December. And while there's a whole ton of reasons to shit on Meta, it's hard to deny that they're really pioneering VR technology right now, all while keeping it nice and affordable. Unlike the upcoming Apple headset, which, let me remind you, costs $3,500. Yeah, I think I'll be sticking to the Meta Quest 3. It's time for Ash's Animation Alley, a new segment that I've just made up that annihilates all ambitions of an acceptable autonym in aid of alliteration. And first up, we finally have the first trailer for Netflix's Tomb Raider series. It premiered at their Drop 1 animation event and features Lara Croft jumping in a big old hole, looking at some kind of symbol, standing in front of a fire, and some wing thing, caressing a photo, and shooting an arrow like a badass. Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft will come out sometime next year, and Lara will be voiced by Hayley Atwell. You'll probably know her as Captain Britain from the MCU. That aside, Amazon are also partnering up with Crystal Dynamics to publish the next game, and reportedly interested in making a movie and TV series too. So things are looking pretty rosy for Tomb Raider fans. From Netflix to Adult Swim now, and it appears as though Rick and Morty are going to Hyrule. Yep, you heard that right. In the new Season 7 trailer, there's a blink and you'll miss it snippet in which Rick and Morty are running away from some kind of blue explosion and head towards a temple. Here it is, watch closely because it is like 2 seconds long. I did tell you it was short, but if we freeze frame, it's pretty clear that there's some symbols and imagery here that share more than a passing resemblance to Breath of the Wild. There's this eye thing for a start, not to mention that the orange and blue colouring is taking a leaf straight out of the game's book. The maze on the left here is pretty much a direct copy of the Labyrinth 2. Look at all those tall walls and right angles. And once Rick and Morty get inside the temple via an Indiana Jones style slide, you'd be forgiven for thinking the symbols on the wall are Sheikah text. It really is pretty obvious what the writers were going for here, so here's hoping they do actually go to Hyrule, as that would make a certain Zelda fanboy very happy.
Lame loser.
The new season will also be the first time that Rick and Morty won't be voiced by show co-creator Justin Roiland, who's been accused of some pretty unsavory stuff, which we don't have time to get into right now. It's pretty hard to tell the difference unless you're really listening though. Quite who is performing hasn't been publicised yet, but they're A, so close to the original that it doesn't really matter, and B, are presumably not as icky as Roiland, which can only be a good thing. And that's it for today. Yesterday's news should magically pop up somewhere around here. Give us a comment, give us a like, give us a sub, and then get on your bike. Until tomorrow.
Get on your bike.